You ready?
10 seconds remaining. Evil geniuses turn to bad. Phoenixes
Ladies and
turn to
gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our final match of the group stage. It's MVP Phoenix taking on EG, one more team headed to the upper bracket. I'm LD. I have the honor to be joined here by Wagamama himself.
I just feel lucky casting here. I get to cast with every single play-by-play caster actually doing this, so it's good fun.
Well, we'll see who your favorite is.
Yeah,
no pressure to vote for me,
No,
Waga.
definitely gonna be voting.
I'm just
for
saying,
someone.
I know where you sleep, so you better
All
watch
right.
out.
All right. It's been, we talked about this
Starting
earlier.
with the black veil pretty early in the
It's been
cast.
a long time. If we ever cast together, it's been a long time since. Probably in some online
I
events.
think we cast once for an online tournament, like
Yeah.
2 years ago or something.
Probably even longer, like before Dota got, before they had enough to bring us to LAN events.
Before there was a $5 million Echo Slam.
Yes, definitely.
So-
And here we are for the conclusion of
Group D, which has been crazy. MVP Phoenix, they have to be exhausted after just a nail-biting finish, 70-minute game, but it felt like a 120-minute, 180-minute game with the amount of both teams of mega creeps. Like, how often does that happen? That is almost unprecedented at top-level competitive Dota.
In a way, that could be exhausting, but we're also talking about MVP, dude. The way they practice, the way they grind, I don't know if anything is actually gonna exhaust players on the team of MVP. Koreans work hard, man.
Yeah,
And,
they'll probably pass out at their computers before they feel it, but
Definitely.
let's talk about the draft here, Wog, as we are getting underway rather quickly. MVP, first overall pick.
Yes.
So they ban out the big offlaners here, the Darkseer, the Beastmaster. Oh, sorry guys, Dota 2 muted.
They rate Darkseer very high. They don't care too much about Phoenix, and they prefer playing their own style above following the meta. That's something that's been true for them on different LAN events. That's why they had so great success at WePlay as well. They just run their own thing, and they're really, really aggressive. We learned that already at TI5. Really, they showed up and surprised a ton of new fans.
Yeah, they don't have that element of surprise working for them anymore, though. They've already played quite a bit of Dota here. EG got to sit back and watch their last series, and obviously MVP, they had that great run at, God, what was it was not Epicenter, it was WePlay, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, where they ended up taking EG down very convincingly. So, this EG knows how MVP play, so there won't be any big surprises there necessarily, and we're going to see for EG getting a lot of control off the bat. They grabbed the Earth Spirit and the Bat Rider first phase.
Well, I was here watching EG actually play in their previous series when Toby was casting. I was waiting to get underway with the Mineski game, waiting for whoever is going to lose. And they did play quite well in EG. They did win in the end, but they had some big mistakes happening every now and then as well. And their draft was working, but it didn't really look like a united team. So we'll see here if they can.
I had the same experience. I cast their first series versus LGD, where MVP, especially the second game, probably should have won. They had a significant gold advantage. They had a super fast heart armlet on QO Slardar. They ended up giving up like 3-4 kills at the enemy tier 4s, and they hadn't even taken a lane of Rax yet. Just, kind of classic MVP face rush.
Yes.
They have been overextending a bit today. It feels like either rust or just, their characteristic aggression going a bit too far. They do tend to try to tread the line very narrowly, but we'll see if they, at this point, if they can bolt down the hatches. Because if you overextend against Earth Spirit Bat Rider, you are gonna get punished.
Definitely. And, well, looking into this right now, it doesn't seem that EG care too much either. They're not going to be bothering with that Phoenix. And I think some of it could be just teams figuring out that, okay, if we pick an early Phoenix, there is the danger of a Nyx just countering us. We saw what Navi did with their mid Nyx on Dendy. He destroyed against both the Puck mid, which, yes, is a favorable matchup. But the Nyx against Phoenix is really effective.
Yeah, there's also more, I guess, niche or less popular counters, like the Silencer pick, something Alliance has been running with decent success in the past. Not so much at this tournament, but they did try it once today.
And it's a playstyle thing. When you get used to something, you understand it better. You're like, okay, so we can't take this fight because Sunray is actually going to be that strong. Or you understand that, oh, if we go on after he uses his dive, he has no way of getting away apart from popping a defensive egg. It's about understanding the hero.
So MVP grabbing the Alchemist third here now. A hero that can somewhat fight early with the armlet, more so than in the past where it would always be like the straight Radiance build, but still a pretty farm-heavy hero.
That is a very fun hero for Sumail to play.
3 melee heroes, no silences, of unreliable, kind of slow to activate stun from the Alchemist.
And
This is like the dream Timbersaw game right now.
Exactly, and even if they were to pick something like a, Silencer or something to try and deal with Timber, that doesn't work against the mid Timber. It works to shut off the
offlaner,
Timber,
perhaps.
and you already picked your big course. You're not gonna have a Queen or something like that, or Death Prophet to deal with them. And Alchemist, that is a really sad lane going up against Timber.
Yeah, so for EG, likely just looking here for the AUI carried around things out in the safe lane. And you pretty much know the lane matchup because the Alk is pretty much always going mid at this point.
You need to. I was thinking about if they can switch him.
Can they like put the life stealer mid
I
instead or
almost
something?
feel that it's such a bad matchup that I would want to have Alchemist just go jungle support and just put something else mid. Because I think it's that level bad.
Do you think it's viable now? Jungle support Alchemist?
I think it's viable, but I did see Wings just completely, I wanted to pull my eyes out when I watched how they did it. Wings have their
very
upsets.
visual.
Sometimes Wings play extremely good, sometimes they play extremely bad.
They play something totally different every game, so at some point it's going to look terrible,
Yes.
right? Like if you play that many different styles, not all of them are always going to work. But
What I'm saying is that I think it would be better than putting him mid against the Timber.
that's how bad the matchup
They're
is.
going to help a little bit here by having Lich, so they can deny the experience on Timber, make sure he doesn't get that much advantage. They also have Bounty Hunter able to come in, but they're really pivoting around mid lane if they're going to do that.
They gotta have a good laning stage now. With an Alka, it's gonna take a long time to come online. Lich and BH, who are primarily picked to dominate the lanes, this is putting huge emphasis on crushing EG early. Or come mid game, you're gonna have a Timbersaw who counters almost everyone on their team right now. Batrider with no good counter initiation whatsoever. I mean, what do you have to cancel a lasso jump? There's no glips. There's no even like defensive disruption from a Shadow Demon. They don't have that Venge swap.
It does feel
There's
a
no
little
Oracle.
bit like one of those moments where they got outdrafted by EG, and through the times, not so much recently, but if we look back in the years, I always respected EG as the strongest teams when it comes to drafting. They always have a very well-rounded draft, and seems to be that they have gotten the better one here so far.
PPD's had a new, a set of weapons to work with, and some old faces returning, and it takes time to kind of understand what's going to work best for not just for each player individually, but for the team as a cohesive unit. But
Definitely.
if there were a time for it to all click, this would probably be it.
See what MVP Phoenix are going to put EG on here. Always Hero, trying to make a prediction. He has played, he did play a carry Venge earlier today. It was interesting, picking it into a PO. It did work, but not in a beautiful way.
And they're going to end it with another strength melee hero against the Timbersaw.
But this
gives you
one,
minus armor versus him. Gives you Roche potential to go with the Alk.
Yes.
But it is 4 melee heroes, 3 strength heroes against the Timbersaw.
It is. This is a field day for a Timbersaw, really. But it adds 2 important things. Just the minus armor is nice, but also the reliable stun,
That's
so you can
true.
lock down the Timbersaw. Sadly, that stun comes in form of physical damage, and Aoi is going to be playing the Wolfman or Doggy Man.
And so it's going to be different here. MVP, they generally favor the QO Slardar, actually, and that's like one of the rare times where you'll see him go to the safe lane. Often when MP has his Invoker, but
they're pretty known to switch around their roles as well. In the previous series, we saw QO play mid, MP play mid, and they just play whatever they're the most comfortable with. And as you said, QO Slardar is amazing, but here, when Alchemist is available, they just, need to look at it differently.
Thoughts on the Lycan last pick here, Waga?
I think they're just looking to pressure and take control so Alk can't farm the entire map, which is great. MVP lost against Alchemist earlier today, previously just in last series against Mineski. Mineski steamrolled them, 1161 GPM. So they kind of got greedy and wanted to play
I
out
can't believe you
themselves
remembered the number that exactly, but that is impressive.
But EG, they're not looking to let an Alchemist have that amount of space. They're looking to take control, get into the enemy base, get into enemy jungle rather, and invade.
All right, guys. Well, with that, we're underway. Game 1 of this best of 3. We'll see PPD TPing top, looking to drop an early ward down to protect his offlaner and also to block that pull camp. And at the same time, Dubu dropping his, not to block a camp, but more just to give vision here off in the Radiant Woods. So wants to keep tabs on the Lycan's rotations, possibly the Earth Spirit, and as well as the Bat Rider stacks.
It just makes it easier.
Different laning setup though, Waga. They're sending Bulba safe lane.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a little bit of a surprise here, I feel, EG. Going with the off lane. They could definitely pair up this lane quite strongly. The ES, Dazzle, and Lycan. When you summon the wolves, roll in, you have a very big heal bomb right there.
Oh, that's actually...
And that works against,
a pretty
even if the Lifestealer gets his rage off, heal bomb is physical damage, and he has 1 armor to start off with.
So the other lanes, we'll see Sumail in the mid lane as the Timbersaw up against, it does look like a QO.
Yeah.
Mid Alchemist. He will have Lich's help probably.
I don't think they can put anyone else there. I mean, your options are Slardar or Lifestealer, so it doesn't really get better.
I mean, they may have to almost tri-lane this, like denying creeps and sending Fabian for harassment. As the river becomes electrified.
Well, he does get the Bounty Rune level 1 here with Alchemist, so that's pretty nice for him. And he has the Wind Lace. I think that's just to run in and last hit every now and then and,
and minimize
careful.
the damage.
No, he doesn't want to get hit by a Whirling Death. It's scary, man.
Yeah, it's hard to avoid, but he'll try his best here.
I suppose.
As for Ev, that's to the off lane, so it's going to be a Slardar. Actually getting the full Lich support. Lich is just going to head to the off lane entirely for now, so not looking to support the Alchemid. So that may change. His old man already looking to camp him out.
Yeah,
Sitting
well,
back.
he did deny the first creep, so that's all he needs to do, I think.
He's actually going to roll in here. First roll off the mark, though. QO will back away. Gets the boots first. It's a very defensive build from him, and
He's super fast, man.
it seems like... Yeah, he is really fast. It seems like they're maybe expecting Febby to roam mid, because Fear was just sitting there with Dust. Perhaps looking to first blood the bounty hunter if he came in, but
Yeah,
not the case.
That was probably the case, but they do have Sentry as well on top, so even where Febby is right now, it's going to be hard for him to establish that much. Can't really pressure a lane in QO. Getting pressured even when he farms on the tower here. Not the easiest time.
Even committing a bounty hunter
He actually
TP
has
to the
no
bottom
CS
lane.
right now. Very hard for him with Sumail being so aggressive.
Oh,
And he
Sumail! Easy first blood!
Oh, you have to respect the long duration on Whirling Death. Your stats being removed. That is a strong.
And then that damage hits a lot harder when your strength is that much
After
lower.
the first nuke, yes, it starts stacking up and hurts more and more.
Oh boy. No casting required, just scream incoherently as he melts.
That was a big mistake by QO. Definitely painful.
It's an understandably difficult matchup, but that is an avoidable death.
I told you, I think he would be better off jungling as a support. But we'll see what he can do.
Too late for that now.
Oh yeah.
They'll have to make the best of it. But even TPing Febby down bottom, so they're not going to send the bounty hunter to help mid. They're not going to park the Lich there. MVP almost, I guess, deciding they're maybe going to sack the Alk here, but he can catch up later, and it's going to be the other heroes that have to create space for him after what can only be a bad start at this point.
I guess that's the mentality. They're going to go aggressive here on Batride. Just some harassment. Too many creeps to really fight into. But if they win the other 2 lanes really decisively, then yes, Alchemist losing mid is probably going to be fine. The question is, though, can they win the other lanes? Lycan is already farming just the same as Lifestealer. Batrider is having a good old time bottom.
Bulba not really too afraid of any sort of harassment here, as Febby is only level 2. He's going to start poking. Still no boots up on 4Ev, as the creeps are rather shoved in, and Sumail just having a field day in the mid lane. 13 and 6.
Bounty Rune, at least, for Alchemist.
Gets the bounty. He's actually CSing okay, despite the first blood. Still 9-0.
Yeah.
And considering he gave that up, I think this build will come in handy now, looking towards the Soul
Oh,
Rain.
they get him. Wow.
So, killing the bottom lane.
Batrider gonna be killing off the bounty hunter.
Fear comes in with the dust and the Sentry Ward, so
He was sitting down there
patiently
protecting.
kind of waiting to mirror the bounty hunter's movements.
Very good read by Fear. And I think EG are the ones who are happy playing out these dual lanes and static laning, in fact. I mean, Timbersaw is going to get a ton of farm mid, and Batrider is pretty hard to bring down on bottom. And the top lane, Dazzle and Lycan duo, that's not so easy to lane against as a Lifestealer.
Yeah, so this is the plan up against the Timbersaw. Just get your Soul Rain, level up the Acid, and do not approach.
Oh god.
He comes close to approaching. Fortunately, no points in the chain just yet, but Sumail holding that skill point. He may try to go for a kill here.
Oh, he actually skilled up the stun now on Alchemist.
Just
You're pretty desperate when you do that on level 4.
No, this is not the maximum economy build. Will not help you clear the stacks or increase your income as much as possible. Only the 1 point in greed, and is taking the 2 points at Acid, but it kind of seems like a necessary adjustment. You can't just play full greed mode and hope that Sumail probably like top 3 most aggressive mids in the world when he's at his best, and this is a game where he's going to be aggressive.
Yeah, he does have good luck with the bouncer and all dust on Febby here. As the fear comes in, they should be able to force a kill here. He's trying to go for Ancients tonight.
Yeah, well, he get it. There's the heal bomb, but Sumail has the early death. He grabs it. Oh, maybe losing the courier.
Some splash damage from the big dragon.
Meanwhile, top lane, AUI, he's been left alone. MVP, are they going to chase him down? Salve in the tree line, already worried about that rotation from the mid lane. And
dead even, actually.
Fear has just been the bounty hunter exterminator of this game. Kills him bottom, kills him mid, squashes him like a bug, and
yeah, he really has Febby's number. It
impressive.
Right now. He's going bottom again though, and this time Fear is not around. He doesn't have TP either because it's on cooldown.
That's forever.
They can't really dive onto Boba here though. Maybe they could. He doesn't have much mana, but
yeah, you do have to respect that counter gank with PPD. No points in Grave. Okay, well, not the best counter gank, but they do have the Earth Spirit at least.
Yes, they do.
Well, not too often you see no points in Grave by the 5-minute mark, but it is the flexibility of Dazzle that he can go more offensive if needed.
Actually, a lot of players seem to be doing it, waiting for level 4 to get the Grave. Same thing in the previous game with the Huskar as well. But I guess it's just that it's unlikely that you're going to get to a point where a hero dies, and it's much better for just the static laning to have more points in heal. You can farm better, be more aggressive to kill the enemy.
By the way, they still have a walking courier here.
Oh,
5 minutes.
Yeah, guys.
Not a great sign for the support's economy. Both
what
0, 2 CS collectively. Meanwhile, looking a whole lot prettier here over on the side of EG.
With the 3 CS collectively?
Yeah, but the levels and the kills.
Yes, just making fun. Definitely, Fear has been having a good old time, so...
Stop having fun, Waga. This is Dota.
Well, it's no fun when your courier is not upgraded, so MVP, they do upgrade finally, sending out a word, I believe, yeah, to top lane.
So, where's that moment where you expect... it looks like they're trying to roll on mid. Where you expect them to try and like move the lanes around a bit and try to catch this Alc up? What's like the key level or item they're waiting for MVP?
I mean, the Alc is not even... He's not even half the CS of Sumail right now, so you don't need to change the lanes at this point. Just keep playing it. When you have enough farm on the Timbersaw, then you can start making crazy stuff happen. But as it is right now, you're fine. If he gets one more bounty rune, his Alchemists. He's actually so lucky. It's been 4 bounty runes bottom, or 3 bounty runes bottom. That's so insane.
And he needs them too. His economy actually right there with Sumail. Only 800 net worth less, which is still not great considering you're an Alc, but not too bad either. Sumail going for the 2-2-2-1 build, not maxing the reactive first. We have seen some Timbersaws doing that, but just a more offensive build for him.
If you're solo mid, you should definitely switch it up and do what he's doing right now. It is kind of cool to put 2 points in Whirling Death if you're going to spam it a lot against a melee hero. Melee strength hero is really good. And you don't need more than 2 points reactive armor on mid lane. If you're off lane, max it out. Just force the enemy to focus you, as Fear is doing right now, running into enemy jungle.
Febby trying to stalk him, but still no boots on this guy. He's a slow little fella.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see the support tags here. Look at all the sentries that got dropped. I think they had some trouble dewarding that earlier ward that blocked the camp.
Actually, so much invested in terms of the sentries.
Yeah, they're just really worried about that vision and that they might set up the Earth Spirit ganks, it seems. So QO says, screw the lane. I might not have started in the jungle, but I'm going to end up there very early. Level 3 acid spray. It's ancient time.
Definitely. Well, it's more that he just has his chemical rage ready as well. He's going to try and make use of that. As soon as it ends, though, he has to go towards mid. Can't keep fighting. Oh, he gets the ice armor. All right.
So the one guy who ultimately has struggled a bit here looks to be Aoi. Still level 4, closing on 5 at 7.5 minutes. Did try lane, but as I say that, they're going to catch up for a big kill on the bottom lane. Slardar not going to be able to slow
you've
their
been
way.
struggling? Let's just give you a kill.
And
There's
meanwhile,
Sumail
doing Sumail things.
Solo kill onto
This
Febby.
Slardar, or this Timbersaw is going to be a problem.
Yeah, he's going to be absolutely massive. He has 55 CS on the mid lane at 8 minutes, and he also has 3 kills to his name. And 2 of those were solo kills.
Hey, But he goes top for the first time, and
Yeah.
guess where the bounty run is?
I don't know. He has some bounty rune detector installed. I don't know what's going on.
Everyone's worried about their own stuff, Walker. You know, oh, everyone's talking about the scripting.
Yeah, exactly. What is
Armlet
this?
toggling, you know, swindles. I'm sorry, you're on the wrong track.
What is
It is
this
the
shit?
bounty rune hack that we have to keep our eyes out for.
Exactly. Man, just because he's on the Korean servers, gets slack.
That bias.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're actually on Singapore, but
Yeah, we are. Oh well.
still SEA.
Still. Well, Slardar is still struggling to finish up his Blink Dagger, trying to get to that point. Of course, same thing is going on for the Batrider.
Oh,
no.
Dubu, mid lane, deleted.
Just standing there waiting for him, just about to delete you soon. And in comes the Alchemist, but he can't really do too much.
What a dream game for an Earth Spirit. Like, all your lanes are so solid already that he can just calmly hunt the bounty hunter, patiently wait for kills
Vanguard.
mid.
What? That's just dirty on the Timbersaw. I definitely don't think he needed to go Vanguard even. He could just go Bloodstone Rush. But he's gonna be even harder to bring down now. So suppose that's fine. Oh, Febby deny? A little bit early.
Would have been a big play, but not quite able to find it. His
He's in
spear
danger.
is going to roll in. Is he going to pop that dust? He does,
wow.
but Febby heads into the north. His QO will end up stunning himself. Not much of a contribution, but
He
that's
wasn't
okay.
actually even in this. He just juked him in Fog of War and then he rolled the wrong way and dusted it.
Yeah, he even got clipped by the dust, but he was too far gone at that point.
Yeah, definitely.
So, one armlet out. Second armlet under construction here for MP, and the startup Blink not too far off.
Yeah, there's,
You know, as terrible as this laning stage has looked for MVP on paper, Waga, they're down 6-0. They're even on gold.
it's the bounty rune, dude. Like, if they didn't get the bounty rune every single spawn, they would not be even on gold.
That's like, what, 2,000 gold or so?
It's a massive,
close.
massive amount of gold, at least. Depends. He didn't have so many levels in Grievance Creed early, so...
He's starting to
three
take more
times.
now.
Yep.
Up to 1,800 already.
Nice.
And the Lycan's quite far behind as far as the levels go. Starting to catch up now in the woods, but only level 6 here at the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, he finally has his Vladimirs being shipped out. But still, though. Actually, it's not in... Is it the entire? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it does get the Vlads now, but they're Radiant, so they will need to take down this bottom tier 1 at the very least if they want to try for a Roche. And MVP, now with the Infest Bomb ready. They have only the one armlet, the other one not delivered just yet. And they actually drop just a random sentry. They're going to find Febby. This is awkward. You're going to need to leave. Get out of here, MP. He's like, oh god, where have I gone? But he will manage to get that free kill on Bulba on the way out as Owie chasing out QL.
Not
too
sure
far to
what Boba was
dive.
doing there. He got caught out a little bit. There was a lot of words, so unfortunate for
He
him.
did not have his blink either, just kind of poking to find that follow-up kill behind the tower.
I guess they made a call that they want to push bottom and they needed him to come because he could have just farmed for just 30 more seconds and he would have his blink. So harsh times for him.
You know, they also have track gold once he gets level 6.
They do. And
MVP,
are in
like
this.
1 or 2 good fights, they could suddenly be down like 7-4 and be up like 2,000 gold.
Yeah, definitely. No, the Alchemist is 2,800 gold now. They're starting to get there.
They just need a Doom. Then this would truly be the gold strat.
Yes, all the money.
And the Midases.
And Silencer and Pudge, so you gain stuff from killing as
The
well.
ultimate late game.
Beautiful stuff. I'm
That
not
relic is well
sure about
underway.
this build that Smail wanted to go for. From watching the games that Miracle has played on OG, Solo Mid, Timbersaw games, it always seemed to have been the Etherlens into Bloodstone Rush, or just Bloodstone before Etherlens. And Vanguard, it seems like you're taking a step back. You were in such a great position, now why would you need to go for tankiness? Also, maxing out reactive armor seems like a waste. You could just go for more kill potential. Because sure, he's ultra
they're not
tanky.
trying to kill Sumail right now. That is for damn sure.
Yeah, he's ultra tanky, but his kill potential is pretty bad for a mid Timbersaw with complete free farm.
Oh, really nice scouting here by the Wolves, though. As EG move in, they want to contest these Ancients, possibly go for a bit of a fight. The Wolves may even scout out the Slardar on the backside. He's going to have to run away. Forev, though, debuting the Blink Dagger now. At the same moment, the Batrider Blink also picked up. Bulba flapping home to grab that one.
Getting juked again. Old man fear. Can't keep up with this fish.
Yeah, Febby
Slither too fast.
slowly working in to try and deliver this payload, and it's on to Sumail. He walks right into the clutch, into 3 heroes, even with the max reactive armor, no chance in hell he survives. MVP, they find the most farms here on EG, and they slaughter him.
Yeah. Vanguard not effective when you're amplified damage, and a hero that makes use of you having more HP. Lifesteal's like, oh, thank you.
Reactive
very
armor
much.
not good if you don't get the stacks up at the start of the fight.
Yeah, if you die in the first 5 hits, then
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, okay.
Not a thing.
We summed it up. Well, EG now suddenly on the ropes here against MVP, who have a lot of farm between their cores. All of them are going really.
They got that one kill, 2,000 gold lead, and they're gonna find more. PPD tracked up, Change Frost coming through. He does get the grave up though. This could be a huge turnaround for EG with the Magnetize going. Can they finish anyone off? Forev gonna mash him down. Febby is gonna fall though as the trade. A 2-for-1. Dubu going for the TP out. He's gonna make it, and now MP's in onto the old man. Forev back as well, just banging on Owie. They're gonna bring this wolf down unless Sumail can turn it, and it looks like he'll try. Moving on to QO, but has the Chemical Rage. He should be okay. Actually has the Sacred Relic as well, and
he does
that
have the
has
full radiance. It's coming
the
in.
full Radiance. Alchemist almost 2k up on a Timbersaw who first blooded him in a game.
And he could barely CS. He was almost at a third of his CS when they were laning mid.
5 uncontested bounty runes in a row.
And he finds
Make
one
it
more
6.
over here.
I think he's gotten 1 or 2 more in the middle there, but
He actually got on a different rune as well, so he's doing really well right now. I do like the Wind Lace they bought, just speeds up his farming a little bit. Now they has his Radiance as well.
it actually, you know, it seemed like it should have been the item as well that prevents that first blood, but the damage
he made
was
a
too much.
miscalculation, but he did play really well out of it later on. Kyo did not tilt, came back into the game, just realized he could farm up Ancients, keep going for the bounty runes. No one was controlling them from EG that well. And I've seen this movie before, where Slardar and Bounty Hunter on the same team for MVP. They make it work. They're really aggressive.
So Waga, if you're EG right now, like it looked like you had the dream start for the lanes. You're shutting down the Alchemist, you get the first blood there, you're able to pressure in the top lane, they've countered the Bounty Hunter rotations, everything's going well, right? But all of a sudden, you see a 14-minute Alchemist Radiance, they've got their armlets out, the Blink Dagger's ready to go. MVP are already in fighting shape, so how worried are you, and what do you do?
I actually think they need big plays now from Bulba and Aoi. I think Aoi, he's underfarmed, so he needs to recover this Necrobook, but look at the Infest Bombs. They're so aggressive, he won't be able to farm up if he gets ganked here.
They're kind of expecting this one, though. The whole team's on top of Aoi. EG looking to turn this right back the other way. They do crave Aoi. MP getting caught out, but there's the Chain Frost again. Lobbed in, and somehow bounces the Bulba, then to PPD. Now MVP need to run, though, because Sumail's here on cleanup duty. Slaughters 2. A 2-for-1. He's looking for that third. Is he going to find it? On the backside for Ev. Tanking the Magnetize, likely to go down, pops the stick. He's got the infused raindrops. Will they be enough to save him from the magic damage? No, sirree. EG, they make it a 3-for-1. They fully read that smoke.
Yeah, definitely. They were prepared for it. And they have pretty aggressive wards, so they were able to tell that, okay, MVP are not farming. They're not going to keep farming bottom either or push. Okay, they're probably coming. So, very well done there, setting up with Aoi, keeping everyone behind them. They have a great defensive team. Earth Spirit, Dazzle, Batrider, all of them can just punish. And then you have Timbersaw coming in. Finally getting some big kills as well. He's doing quite well now for his farm.
Yeah, so expecting the Bloodstone next at this point? Is that the build?
I don't think you can play Timbersaw without Bloodstone all the way. It's too much of a waste not to have it.
Yeah, he really needs that mana, as you can already see Sumail again running out entirely. Febby did prompt a Sentry Ward plant there, but able to get out of range of it. But EG are setting up top lane, and this looks to be a going for Ev momentarily. Bulba going for the Flame Break. No, they're not actually going to commit.
Meanwhile, this split pushing going on by QO, getting more and more farm, pushing this into a tier 2 tower of EG.
BOT's up, as well as another 2.4k.
Yeah, he's just spitting out money right now.
He's having an incredible game considering how this started.
He is. They don't really have good heroes to give Aghanims to in this team, though. One
Actually,
thing that we can mention,
pretty
like,
terrible.
2 of the heroes cannot have Aghanims at all in Bounty Hunter and Lich, or Bounty Hunter and Slardar.
Oh, Febby, where are you going? He roasts.
And the
He
Lich
collapses
Aghanims,
to the ground.
Lich Aghanims is not so good in Lifestealer Aghanims. I mean, disputably, it could be good in some scenarios, but it's not a very conventional Aghanims.
Definitely not like, oh god, we got to give our Lifestealer an eggs real quick,
Yeah,
guys.
like,
That's the game-winning item at 20, 30 minutes into the game.
I mean, it could be good to save people and stuff like that, but you don't have a position item on Lifestealer. Yes, you can break Lasso, for example, with it, but then you gotta be close. So, yeah, it's not a thing. This game, it's just about getting farmed. And Gank coming out again.
Dubu, that's an awkward position, man. Sumail, the jump man.
He has friends coming in, though.
It's gonna jump past him, but yeah, they're packing.
Oh, so close.
They're packing heat, but meanwhile, Lasso coming onto QO, who wanted that bounty rune. Sure looks tasty. He's gonna stun himself. Could be in trouble now. They're gonna follow this up with the magnetized QO, dropping
down.
very quickly. The chemical rage, not there, and EG will get a crucial kill on the Alchemist.
Really nice by Boba, just camping the runes. They realize now that the Alchemist is gone for almost every single rune. They should probably start controlling this.
5 heroes at every rune. Let's go.
Exactly. Full security. Lycan now looking to take down a tower on top. He does have his first Necrobook completed. 700 gold to go. Roshan is being pinged. I think MVP want to go for it. Lifestealer and Slard are going there.
Now the siege starts to ramp up now. EG taking that tier 1.
Oh, Febby. Gotta be careful.
Sumail goes in. He throws out the chakra and brings it back. Does he have that follow-up chain? A bit off the mark there. Very close, though, to collecting the kill. But
he's trying.
MVP, meanwhile, the more important action is they are moving into the Roche Pit. They've got the Frost Armor.
MVP do not want to be revealed there as well, so they should be happy because no one is coming. They didn't have any mana on Slardar if there was to be a fight.
So it looks like an early Orchid grab for MP to deal with the Timber Saw.
Yeah, I guess it actually is. It's not a bad item here at all.
Does anybody want this? QO's gonna take it.
Against Dazzle, Earth Spirit, and Timbersaw, it's really great. So, works quite well. We have seen Orchid lifestealers in the past. But you can't really be certain anymore, because the first Oblivion staff comes out, you're like, is that an Echo Saber?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna assume it was, but I think they might actually need the lockdown against the Timber Saw.
No, I think it's a good follow-up. When the Slardar goes in first, he can go after.
And with Bloodthorn in the game now, it's actually a much better scaling option.
Oh yes, it's great in late game. The evasion not working anymore when you Bloodthorn them, the lower cooldown, and of course the crits. Dear Lord, the crits. See if they are gonna infest bomb again after clearing up this mid lane. I think so.
You say if. This is MVP. Of course they're gonna do it. They got one item.
The
time to
taxi
invest.
is waiting for you, sir. Let's get in.
It's a pretty scary taxi.
Yeah, it is. He's got the lights though.
One that is in sore need of a remodeling, I must say.
Yeah, headlights, man.
You know, it seems like the trend with Slardar is rather than fix the damn ugly skin underneath, just cover it with ornaments so that you can't see it anymore.
Let's never fix the model. Let's just release more stuff to put on top.
Yes, eventually you'll bury it in like shiny armor, and you won't be able to see the hideous beast that lurks there.
Seems to be Valve's solution to some things. Throw more hats at it.
Throw hats of problems. Certainly not the way that Valve solves them.
No, I'm not against it.
But now, Alchemist grabbing the Manta style, so the Octarine Dream likely coming soon.
EG being a little bit careful now, not spreading out so much, realizing these infest ganks are quite dangerous. So they're trying to stick together and use the power they have of counter ganking.
How confident are you in EG trying to take a fight against the Sages? Do you think that's something that they consider doing now, or do you just look to trade and dodge?
It depends if they get a pick. Actually,
speaking of which, they do find one, and then the real action breakout mid is they get the lasso on Dubu to follow this up. So Lifestealer connecting for a kill there in the top lane with the help of the Slardar, and Infest Bomb onto the Lycan. The trade so far, only the Lich, but Sumail going deep for this. He really wants the Febby kill. He's in quite far. He's going to have to chain away, but they go into pursuit. The Alch stun revving up, and he's going to have a chance to let it go. Here comes the Infest Bomb. Oh, he crushes a bit early. It's okay, though. MVP. Still collecting their Sumail kill, who had the Bloodstone Suicide, did not opt to use it there.
Yeah, he definitely should have. He just forgot. Sometimes he misclicked. Oh, nice.
They're
catch
diving
here,
deeper.
though.
They look for PPD. They get the bash as well. Grave does come through. The kick connects onto Febby, almost killing him on the backlines. Gotta hope that tower doesn't change targets, but PPD still being pursued. The long range lob. There's the Alch stun. He jams it in.
The Radiant's gonna get it. They're gonna back out now, though. MVP, though. So aggressive.
You got to be careful, like TPing into the front lines against MVP. Any moment they might just see you and just run at you at 1% HP.
Slardar is always there, just hanging around Febby. Look at him, 83 HP. He's like, yeah, I can still fight. I can still track him.
Let's farm. So they get the tower. And what do you know? A regen rune.
Yep, Febby rewarded for his aggression, not TPing back to base.
How many bounty runes has he got in this game?
Way too many. Definitely way too many. It's a big part of his income. But he also has 183 CS to his name now, so he's starting to get there in terms of net worth. He is flying ahead, 7,000 ahead of the Timbersaw, who's also really farmed.
MVP, after a horrendous laning stage, find themselves firmly in control of this game now. A 6,000, probably closer to 7,000 gold advantage, a 3,000 experience lead, and some tools to deal with Sumail.
Tools to deal with him, but they also got an important kill on him when he just finished up his Bloodstone. And here we go again.
There's the crush, the turnaround comes, MP's there, they bring down Bulba. MVP getting a follow-up track, now a Chain Frost lobbed in for F, just looking for that crush. The Chain Frost, not the best, but they do get the crush on Sumail. Still waiting for their Alchemist to arrive, and finally the prized hero as QO joins the fray. So they're in the power play now. Sumail says, screw it, I'm a one-man wrecking crew. He runs right into the enemy squad, but MP wants to re-engage on this, and Sumail's got to be careful not to overextend. There's the stun though. They kind of ignore him, bypass him, and look for the backlines. Onto Owie they go. They're going to bring down the Lycan with ease, and now they turn back for Fear. Fear gets silenced up, Fear gets brought down. That's another track kill, and still QO dives right past Sumail onto PPD, butchering the backlines and landing kill after kill. QO finds himself now 3-2-3, but it could be more. They have a blink cooling down soon. They don't have the mana for a crush though.
MVP will end ever so aggressive, and it's really sad to watch this Timbers though. He just cannot save his allies. QO going in, slaughtering them in front of his eyes.
That was pretty brutal, man. And one by one, bodies hitting the deck.
5,200 gold now on this Alchemist, and he's about to take a tower. They're also pinging out the bounty rune on bottom. Don't know if they're gonna save it for him. That's pretty far, but probably they are. He wants all of them.
Wow. You said you called it, Waga. Oh, QO gonna get caught out here. This could be a big grab on the Alchemist. As the Chemical Rage still going, but don't know if it's gonna matter. He turns, he lobs out a stun.
He doesn't have 80
He does manage to purchase the Octarine. Even if he goes down, won't lose gold, but will give up a hell of a lot to EG. He's tanky though, and MP arrives. The cavalry comes from the rear. QO's got backup, he's got track as well. There's a Haster lurking in the river, but Sumail won't be allowed to get it. Fear's likely to be next. 4F just lurching forward. They bring down 3, they're looking for the 4th. EG slaughtered. Time after time they hemorrhage the kills, and Fear, the old man who once dominated this game, it's but a blip on the radar for MVP. The slight lead, it looks like totally insignificant now.
It's been a long time since I saw a team have such a rough laning stage and transition into just dominating the first 25 minutes. This is really crazy, just running straight over EG. Sumail now down to 5 Bloodstone charges, and all of them just dying perpetually. It's not looking good for EG fans.
It's looking great for the MVP fans out there though, Waga. As they begin to siege, they're going to throw Alchemist Illusions to scatter them to every end of the earth here, or at least the Dota map. The Octarine complete, so now Alc can start building towards those luxury items, the Assault Cuirass, perhaps the Abyssal Blade. We'll see what QO's choice is, and maybe he does give one of those eggs.
He's probably going to go into the Shivas next. It's what most players have been going for after completing their Octarine. It's a pretty great item in every way, just denying more damage, and against the Lycan with his army of wolves and necrobooks, it could be really effective. Because you need one armor item, and people just seem to realize that lower cooldown Shivas is really, really strong compared to going for Assault Cuirass, who you could just let Slardar get in the late game.
Yeah, and 4Ev, with the number of kills and track gold acquisitions that he's managed to pile up thus far.
It's close to BKB, yeah.
He might get it.
Nice.
But MVP may also just end this game before it even gets to that point. Dubu, slow sieging the bottom tower's a lich. But more importantly, it's 4F. Bam! With the 2-hero crush. Then the silence on the PPD. Great focus here from MVP as they'll grab 2 more. MP cool under pressure, and while that was happening, they also just killed the tower bottom. This lich played so confidently.
Not letting Aoi run either. The silence, is it there? Oh, they don't have it, but
not even gonna bother. It feels like there's just no hope for EG. GG. They call it here. 1 game away now from starting with Secret in the lower bracket.
I told you, man, MVP, they don't tire. They don't get exhausted. They just played a super long game, crazy stuff going down. They're like, it's fine. We'll just play one more and crush it.
EG had to wait a long time to play this game 1. And MVP, they come in hot, they come in focused. They just shrugged off that
finger
laning
warmers,
stage.
the hand warmers.
Yeah, hot hands.
Yes, exactly. It's important. If you play with cold hands, you're doomed, dude.
Well, the good news is here in Manila, you just gotta step